Okay. Well, welcome to I'm gonna call this 3.5. Okay, we got the same picture up. We only seem to talk about the first two panels. Now, again, this is part 3.5 of my kind of Scourge Fiona thing going on. But until later, we're going to be talking about just Fiona. Why? Because there's not much to cover with Scourge. He's basically the opposite Sonic. So think of Sonic as a noble and very good hero. Great, heroic even. Doesn't really do a bad thing. And I don't know. There's some iterations of Sonic that I might get into about how I don't like them. The original is the best. What can I say? Most of the time, the original is the best. Now, with me is Shadow and Fiona. Tails had to go do something. Not really sure what he had to do, but whatever. So, these last two panels here. Don't they kind of cover your problem with people coming out of nowhere? But here I can let it slide, Shadow. Okay, yes, Sally does come out of nowhere, and I did invite Sally over, but, apparently she has a date with Sonic. Not the Sonic we keep hearing from. You know, it's kind of a time paradox, if you will, maybe a different dimension thing going on. But, okay guys, let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. We're going to be talking about the whole individual, but I won't spend a lot of time talking about these panels, because I just want you guys to get into some of these conversations. Oh yeah, if you view these videos, on any of my videos, please leave a comment. I mean, I know I've just started out, but it really helps me to know what you're thinking. Like, this is a maybe thing. Maybe I'll get a better mic because I'm using the built-in mic on my laptop, and that's why I don't sound very well. That's why the girls are getting messed up. Am I right, Fiona? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I viewed the video, one of the videos, and well, I didn't sound like me. I sounded like a man. It hurts me. Oh yeah, I also saw that one about Amy and the hammer. That was kind of funny. Well, shall we get going then? Okay, what we got going on here is pretty simple. We have a scene where Fiona is... Well, okay, let's get back to her outfit for a real quick second. You guys saw what her outfit looked like before, right? It looked like it would go down to cover her legs, but she rolled it all the way up to her hips. Now, that's kind of another problem I have. When you have a character in a kid show / comic book, try to keep it kid friendly. I don't even know how Rouge got past parents. I mean, I haven't heard one cross thing about Rouge. Yet you bash me. And again, I can only do what the writers say I can do. And I can only look the way they say I can look. Hey, I get paid pretty good. Yet you fail to appear in any sort of media besides the comic books. But yeah, I have seen a couple trailers for my new game, Shadow the Hedgehog 2. Fan-made, of course. I'm hoping they will go back and try to explain things better. And give me my chaos spears instead of guns. If you guys know me at all, I like my guns. But make them optional, please. I want to use my chaos spear. I mean, they told me straight out when I was going to make that game, Shadow, you may not use your chaos powers besides the ones we will put in the game. We're sorry. And I was like, what? I mean, seriously. It's not like I had control over that. Blame Sega, not me. Like some of you do. Oh, and to get back to that comment about Tails being like a scared little puppy looking for a mama, I see where you're coming from, yet I disagree. Tails loved me. I rejected him. He wanted me more. And I slapped him, for Pete's sake. That's why he's scared. You guys want to know something that kind of bothers me? Is the fact that Fiona's tail is kind of the same size and diameter as one of Tails' tails. I mean, I know it's not a big thing, but it's kind of funny. But even though I can envision proportionally that being her tail, but I have to ask, how did Tails get two tails? Maybe Sonic pushed Tails into Chemical Plant Zone's water, causing the mutation. Or maybe he was just born like that? I don't know. Maybe I would like being his mama. That would be kind of interesting. You know, when I said mama, I did not mean you being his birth mother. Oh, I know. He could use a mommy, though. Okay, moving on. No. I want to stay on this topic. For any of you who don't know, yes, I do jump around. But hearing about that time with the robot, Tails was quite convinced. I mean, he is a lovesick puppy. But in that 25 years later situation, I don't know where I was. Apparently they got the idea since it would be 25 years later, maybe I wouldn't be as good looking and appealing, so, well, maybe I wasn't there. Maybe I wasn't, I can't remember. Oh, and if I made I think I made a mistake in my my opinions on Sonic X Sally Part 1. When Sally said her being like a teenager and in the future, you guys might have interpreted that of her saying in the future she walks around half naked. Well, that's kind of the character design of Sally. People were worried about the more humanistic look of her, so they added a vest. No pants. Now, when she's queen, in the future, she does wear a dress. So, worry not, folks, she does wear a dress in the future. But, again, that does irk me a little bit about her, character design, is that she's female. All female Sonic characters have, their lower half, or their bodies covered. You're basically saying all of our feminine wilds, if you will. The things that I think Tails is staring at in that third panel. Okay. I mean, I knew all along, going into this kind of scene here, that Tails would be looking at more than just my face. He wants me. He wants me a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, people. Outside the comic books, I try to apologize for what I do on the set, per se, but, he runs away every time. Well, folks, I have a great idea. I'm going to, kind of leave it up to you. Do you want me to call the comic book Tales or not? Because, it's kind of up to you. I want to get my audience involved. I mean, like, do you want to have him come in here? by choice, or do you want to have him come in here by physical force? Because, well, there's already been plans made to kidnap him. And I know just who to get to do it. Oh, we have the perfect person to do that. I'm not doing it. Oh, we didn't say you. We hired the Chaotix. All we had to do was tell Vector, if you kidnapped Comic Book Tales and bring him to our current location, you will find the computer room. And let me tell you, he quickly accepted the bounty of $5. He's a sucker. Even though this isn't much a computer room, all it contains is one laptop. Shh, don't tell Vector that. Vector's gonna get pissed if he finds out. Oh wait, it's a computer. My bad. It doesn't matter. So, Human, I've been meaning to ask you. What did you mean by fan characters? I mean, like, I bet there's people out there who don't think I'm an actual character. So what did you mean by fan characters? Well, if you come around for the LPs, that's what I'll be doing, the fan characters. Because here, I'll be doing some nitty gritty, down to the basic, you know, down to the basics. I'm going to be, like, I'll be inviting, you know, characters like you and Shadow over, who have been legitimately recognized as actual characters. Now, Sally from the cartoon apparently decided not to come over. I don't know why. This is comic book Sally, by the way. Oh, yeah, she did come out of nowhere. I don't know what was, like, for instance, what's going on over here, because over here would be the page before it that would explain what leads up to, you know, him saying this, and this sets up this scene, and this sets up this scene, and this sets up this scene. Sorry, I have trouble with the S's. You know, speech problem. Well, I feel kind of okay about saying what I did in that third panel. Yeah. Yeah, you said it, yes, you said so yourself. You know I'm good on the inside. It would mean so much to me if you'd step in and... Woof! Yep. I think this is payback. I don't know if Sonic and Sally are back together. I do not know that. I don't even know what issue this is from. I just kind of plucked it out and put it in front of you guys because I need something to talk about. And as you can see, there's no Scourge in sight. I think he's back in the hospital. Oh yeah, again from that last part, when I said Scourge out of the hospital, that wasn't based in the comic books. That was Rosie beating the crap out of him by coming out of underneath the desk and him saying morbid, so he's back in the hospital. I bet Rosie's there tending to him right now. Maybe I should hire the Chaotix to do that job as well. You boys have too much time on your hands. Real quick before we get back on the subject, Shadow, Fiona, what are your opinions on this new upcoming CG cartoon that's going to be appearing on Cartoon Network called Sonic Boom, I believe what it's called. Honestly, does anyone know what it's going to be about besides it's CG? Okay, what's CG? Computer generated. Basically, they're going to be computer generating models. My opinion is, well, number one, Sonic has a vest this time around. Like, a very pronounced, vest that, like, a high school would wear. You know, it's not a sweater vest, it's, you guys know what I mean. If you wear these type of vests, they're not wool, they're kind of the, but you know the material hunting vests are made out of? Okay, think of a school version of that. You know, something like that. He wears that, and I'm thinking to myself when I looked at that character model Shadow, I'm like, what? What are they thinking? Well, then, okay, I have a couple problems. One, Cartoon Network is doing it. And a maybe problem is, number two, this is a great opportunity to bring the Saturday M cast back into the TV world. I mean, the main problem I have with the Sonic series at all is the fact that the main cast for the comic books has only been in one TV show. And they've never been mentioned. They've never been... You guys understand where I'm coming from? Like, they're the main people in the comic books. As you can see, it's Sonic, Tails, and Sally for the Freedom Fighters. I don't know who this monkey guy is. No idea who. I don't care who it is. But I have a feeling if I found out I wouldn't like him. Anyway, I do believe that the Saturday M cast should have been in Sonic X. Call me crazy, but that would have been far more interesting to watch. I mean, that would have been funny. To have Amy and Sally in the same space. Besides, in the comic books, of course. I mean, Fiona, there's some pictures of, like, you and Amy fighting. Why? And then, also, another question before you answer the first one. Why do you think there's I know pretty much the answer to this one, but why would there be, like, pictures of you and Sally fighting? Well, the way I see it, Amy is obsessed with Sonic. So, any girl who gets close to Sonic becomes a target of Amy's aggression. And her hammer. Which I do at all costs to avoid. I like my body. Oh, me and Sally? Well, as you can see in this picture, she punches me in the gut. Which I thought was hilarious when I first saw it. I mean, seriously, at this point when I first saw I think there was a picture where the third and fourth panel were together, not the top ones. Not the first two, but the last two were together, I believe. And all I saw was Sally coming from out of nowhere and then punching you straight in the stomach. So, is there like some bad blood between you off the set? No, actually, as long as I don't start touching Sonic inappropriately like Amy tries to do, we're fine. We're actually good friends. But on this set, we become complete monsters to each other. Yeah, I can pretty much imagine that. But again, people, I have to stress, I can only say and do what the writers tell me to do. I'm basically their slave. Everyone in the comic book is their slave. Even the slaves of Eggman are slaves to Sega and Archie comics. Oh. In part 3.75, we will be Fiona will join me as well as Shadow again. We will be talking to comic book Sonic from when Sally's roboticized, and I will show you guys a picture, a couple pictures actually, and I will show you guys exactly kind of my point of view and the other's point of view. Because Sally being roboticized is one of those points where you kind of have to step back and observe it from a completely unobjective point of view. You can't have one side or the other. I tried. I didn't completely fail. I mean, robotization to me is not a complete process. It dominates the brain to an extent. I mean, for instance, with Sonic's Uncle Chuck. But I'll actually get into that next time. So, if you guys want to, you know, figure out if I'm going to have the Comic Book Tales kidnapped or not, well, please vote. Please view this. Because I can't really have that happen without you guys voting, because I have already straight up said that I want you guys to vote on this. And maybe, this is a maybe, but I might get a different mic, because I am using the built-in mic. Anyway, you can expect me to review other things. I will generally be going off of what I see, though. So I can only interpret what I'm seeing, because I'm knowledgeable in Sonic to an extent, as you know. But I'm not a genius in pretty much anything else. I mean, I could, if you guys want me to, I could do a Call of Duty playthrough. It won't be on super hard mode or anything. Probably be on easy or normal. But hey, it's something. Anyway, Fiona, do you have your opinion? Do you want me to like kidnap Tails? Have the Chaotix do it? I mean, I don't know. Just please have tell me your answer. And when the fans tell you, well, personally, if you're gonna send anyone to kidnap him, could I please do it? I thought you just said, like, I don't know how long ago, in this video, I thought you said you didn't want to be the one who does it. Sorry, but I actually think it's a good idea for me to do it. Now that I think about it, I know what I'm gonna do. I am going to... you don't even know what I have in my head at the moment. Oh boy. Oh God. I don't even want to freaking know. You know, I'm tempted to stop the voting. But I really want you guys to vote on this. Here's the other option of the voting. Him not to be here at all, because kidnapping is pretty much the way I've decided. Do you want the Chaotix to do it? No. Yeah. No. Scratch the not kidnapping. Do you want Fiona Fox to do it, or do you want the Chaotix to do it? Because not much is going to change, but it will, in my opinion, I vote for Fiona. I know the Chaotix are wacky and zany, but I don't think Tails would be quite happy about being kidnapped by them. I mean, we got to think about that person, right, Shadow? Yeah. I think I have a brilliant idea. I'm not going to try to kidnap him, but I have a pretty good idea what she should do. Why are you smiling at me like that? Oh no, I'm not doing that. Alright, guys, see ya in part 3.75. Goodbye.